7, but I think if my numbers are correct, 13 channels right now. So, you know what I mean? I got to shout out the Savage Circle because we're going to be there later on tonight. It's going to be chopping it up over some good food. You know what I mean? I got to shout out the Boneyard because, you know what I mean? They're doing their thing. I got to shout out DUI, who is right now behind the scenes putting together some promos, something like this. So make sure you check it out because episode 9 is going to feature some interest. I was trying to work on some audio issues while looking that up, but just like to check in with Apollo right now. How you doing?
Pretty well.
All right. We switched up the order. I saw with my daughter, so let me check in with her, see what she's got. Hey, Ariana, how you doing? All right. We're talking with Hot Apollo right now. What you got going on in Aries Art Corner? Wow. Okay. That takes some dedication, though. Honestly, it's like back in my day, we used popsicle sticks. So, you know what I mean? It was more house and less time. But if you're going to make it out of toothpicks, that's some patience. Are you interested in architecture? Okay. Nothing wrong with that. They get big money for designing houses. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Minecraft is one of the games she's been playing for a minute still. You never know what'll turn up out of that. All right. I'm going to check in with you a bit later, see how you doing. I think of any questions you might want to ask. All right, cool. All right, we're about to check in with JD from SPE, King JD, that is. What up?
Yep, all is well. Thankful to be alive.
All right. My man is masked up to the fullest. He ain't playing around. Man, just jamming. He's in the lounge right now. You know what I mean? We're going to check in with him in a bit. We got some music from SPE too, so don't sleep on them. Who you want to hail up right now?
Shout out James. Shout out TK. Shout out everybody.
All right.
God bless you.
All right. That's what's up. All right, we'll be back with you in a minute. All right, so this is the Terrell Effect. We are with Hot Apollo right now. So I just want to know, where did the name come from? That's always one of the first questions I ask. Where did the name Hot Apollo come from?
All right, so there's a bit of a story behind that. So in high school, I was in a bunch of ill-fated bands. I think a lot of high school bands actually are. In particular, I seem to have this problem where repeatedly I would get approached by like completely disparate individuals who would recite these manifestos to me of what they wanted to do with music, and like their speeches would match like my deep desires and goals intimately. I thought, oh, well, cool. This guy's my kind of person. We should definitely go a band together. Yes, I'm up for it. And then like within a few weeks, they just lose interest. I suppose that is like somewhat common, among kids. Like, I mean, I've always been stubborn. Like when I'm interested in something and invested, I stick to it. But a lot of people they get these whims in their heads and they're really energetic about it for a short period of time and then they move on to something else. And it's very disappointing. So one of these guys was a lovely fellow by the name of Hard Needles. And we were discussing band names during the brief period while we were in a band together. And he said that he'd always had this band name in his back pocket, Hot Apollo. It came from a poem called The Shrouded Stranger. I think it was by Charles Bukowski. He was my friend Hart was big on the whole beat poet scene. Bit of hipster in that aspect. And when he realized that he didn't actually want to be in a band, he said, "Well, listen, you should keep the name just in your back pocket because my name's Hart Needles. If I ever start a band, I'm just going to call it Hart Needles and the Love Darts. So you should keep Hot Apollo. Just be sure to mention me whenever anyone asks how you got the name." So there you are, Hart Needles. You're getting my shout out right now.
Man, that's what's up. That's the character that I'm talking about. All right, cool. Respected where, he gets his origin and all of that stuff. So that's dope. I'm not going to lie. I thought I was outgoing in my approach to my presentation, but I have to ask, and forgive me if this is intruding, eyebrows. What's the story with them?
I just like shiny electric colors and ambience all the time, everywhere.
All right.
I realized, oh, cool, I have this extra glitter and like lipstick and all these makeup things that I don't use much of anywhere else, but I can use them on my eyebrows and they look awesome there. Okay. So I just put little things together. Like it's the first thing I do in the morning. I wake up, I put the stove on, and I like throw some glitter on my face. That's like in the first 5 minutes of being conscious.
See, I wake up, I probably roll a blunt and then head to the studio, but everybody's got their morning rituals, right?
Yeah.
So that's dope. No, and the fact that you don't really, it doesn't seem like you care about society's opinion, which is good. It helps make the art even more, the art speaks even more that way. I find when I'm writing a song for a specific reason, it's just like, oh no, I want them to hear me like this, instead of just doing it for the way I wrote it. It's a whole different feeling. So I want to commend, if we were out in the general public and I were to see you, I'd probably approach you just to ask you that question, if nothing else, and continue about my day. So you know what I mean? Keep being bold. That's definitely a good trait. Okay. What else? Okay, now Hot Apollo. That's a band.
I'm not totally sure I comprehend the difference. I mean, it's definitely a band.
I would say a group would be like people without instruments.
Insurance?
Instruments.
Oh, instruments. No, yeah, no, we have everyone. I mean, even I occasionally play an instrument, but mostly I just focus on singing. Everyone else plays the instruments.
Okay. So yeah, that's a band. That would be a band in my book. Mm-hmm. All right. So when did that form?
So I founded it on April Fool's Day of 2010. Nice. Yeah. We wrote a first, it was one of my old neighbors from my childhood. We've been friends for years, and he went to OCAD for a semester. And while he was there, he met this excellent guitarist, and he said, "Yo, James, I think you've got to meet this guy. I think you guys would get on really well." And he kept trying to organize meetings for months, and they kept falling through until this one April day when we finally made it happen, and we wrote our first song within a half hour of meeting each other. And we were together for a few years after that, and then he realized that he didn't really have the sort of disposition to dedicate his life to live performances, because he was also a painter. And I think that suited him better because he didn't have to interact with people so much as a painter. Whereas playing in front of live audiences, you're always surrounded by people. And he was, I think, in a bit of a misanthropic streak. He didn't really love strangers that much. So he thought, yeah, I'm going to leave rock and roll for a while, and I just carried it on with some new people.
Okay, all right, that's interesting. So the torch was passed, so to speak.
The torch, I mean, at the time, each of us had a hand on the torch, and he just walked out, and I put my other hand to replace his. So now I'm holding it with two hands, Chris style.
You know what? I can definitely relate to that situation. Oh, geez. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. That's why I love these shows, because I always get to find common ground. All right. Mm-hmm. So speaking of common ground, you are located in Toronto, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Okay. So walk me through the trenches of the Toronto scene pre-COVIDian era. So yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, it doesn't actually seem that different. It just seems faster now because even before COVID, like all these like amazing historic venues in Toronto were closing down. Like we get like, like 6 a year that would close down. Like, oh, we had Nocturne, the Coalition Lounge, like just like one after another, they closed down. And now we're just getting like one a month that closes down. So that's the only difference. Things were closing down at a slightly slower pace before COVID.
Okay.
I don't know why it is, but it's annoying. But there have been places that pick up the slack. I'll give one shout out right now. What are they called now? They used to be called the Del Rey. Now they are called the Tail of the Junction. When I think they noticed that all of these bars and like music venues were closing down around town, and they positioned themselves to pick up all that slack, and they like just kept playing all these shows, organizing their own like festivals and stuff. So there are some places that are still fighting a good fight.
Good stuff. Yeah, out here in Welland, there's this one place called the VHC. You know what I mean? They the vegan hippie chick. They are they're doing a sort of event, not quite an event because people can't attend, but they're putting together a show with Niagara Music Award winner Rob Repos, and they're gonna be playing like people's music, like live bands and things of that nature. They're gonna have like a talking section and all of that stuff. So it's gonna be like there's hope, like there's a lifeline. I'm trying to look at this like when you're pulling a stick, you know what I mean? Eventually they're gonna have to let go, and if you're not in the right chamber, you're not gonna get the propulsion that you could have got if you weren't working. So, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that I gotta put that out to outside of you because you're still trudging forward, you're making appearances. You know what I mean? You're representing your band in the media. And that's got to be a challenge. So what is the biggest challenge being the front man for four personalities?
There are 4 other people in the band, yeah.
4 other personalities, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's a bit of an odd question to me because it would be harder for me to not do that stuff. Like the hardest part right now is not playing shows. Like that's really grinding on me. I can't wait to back out. I was lucky enough to like play a couple of shows between lockdowns with a few places that were having like safe, like socially distant events. Like there's this one place that had a separate room that looked out onto a patio, and you could see us from the patio, and they'd feed the audio out. And the sound quality wasn't the best because they were just playing on like a PA system, but it worked out well enough, and it was like at least some kind of live event that we could play. But yeah, it's not really how it was before, and I'm really looking forward to like getting back into that within the next year or whatever it is. But yeah, that's really been grinding on me. But being out there and like presenting like my art to the world, our art, that's the most natural thing. Like it feels unnatural to not do that. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I often say the world is my stage. I walk out the door and just like, look at me, bitches. You know what I mean? But that's the way that's the way it is. It's just, like there are people who watch and there are people who perform. And I have never been like, even right now, there's like situations where like I'll get things and it's like you got to look into that. It's like, sure, when I'm done being that. You know what I mean?
I know exactly. I'm so focused on my own stuff. Like the hardest part of like playing live shows for me is waiting to go on. Like, these other bands are fantastic. I love like being here and listening to them. But man, I want to get out there. I want to do it. I want to do it now.
Not being and that's the thing. Like when I'm to go on stage, I can understand your situation because I'm trying not to take a away from the people on the stage. But I'm 6'5", 285 pounds. Do you see how bright this sweater is? Like, I walk into a crowd like this and people are going to look. So it's hard not to take attention away from the people on stage sometimes. But like, I'll fall into the crowd and just kind of sit back, but I'm still like, waiting, like chomping at the bit, like I got to get on there. And I'll look at what they're doing and kind of take away from that and try to add some to it. So yeah, it's a rush, the thrill of the stage.
Like nothing else.
Yeah. Oh man. So okay, what is your pre-performance regimen? If you have one, everybody has one.
I don't think there's anything I've like really formalized, but just trying to remember to bring all the like slightly less obviously essential things. Like that tends to be like where I fall down. Like sometimes like there was this one show I remember, it was like around Christmas of 2018. I can't remember the name of the venue we played. It was near like, I want to say it was like vaguely near like Trinity Bellwoods or something, downtown somewhere. It's like an arcade during the day and like a music venue at night, and then I think it became a restaurant. I don't know. If I remember the name, I'll get back to you. But I remember like waiting to go on, and then I thought, oh man, I had this shiny gold like top I was supposed to bring, and I totally forgot it. And my stage outfit is just not going to be right without it. Guys, just hold down the fort here. I think I can just call an Uber and get back here within like 25 minutes. I'll be right back. And so yeah, like I trying to remember all that kind of thing I need to bring after all the instruments and stuff. I suppose that's my ritual. Just like not like letting my own excitement just like make me forget stuff like that.
Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. All right. So I know some people tune in to hear us talk, and some people tune in to hear the music. A lot more people tune in for the music, personally, for hi-fi. And it's nothing against you. It's just like I had one of my family members be like, "Yo, listen, you got to play some music. I don't tune in to hear you talk. I already know you well enough." But it's not just me here. We're talking to Hot Apollo. You know what I mean? One of Toronto's, I'm gonna say, shiny rock and roll bands.
That's right, the shiniest.
You know, like we're bridging the gap here. Like I'm out in Welland, Niagara region. We're holding it down, trying to, just highlight what we have as a country for culture and for music and for this life, art, and all of that stuff. And just trying to get people to realize, hey man, we got a good thing up here. Let's keep it going. Let's work together and make shit happen. So speaking of working together, I'm gonna see what King JD's over there doing. All right. What up? Yeah, man. So why do you put me onto some new music from SBE? I gotta have to play that later on in the show. That's dopeness. You know what I mean? But yeah. So you got any questions for Hot Apollo, right quick?
You say it started in 2010.
Yes.
How many songs you guys have?
Dozens. Unfortunately, it's sometimes like it's been difficult for us to like get the like funds together to do like high quality like recordings, which means we only have like 6 or 7 of those, somewhere around there. All available like free on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, also iTunes, Spotify, wherever you find music. But yeah, like in terms of like our repertoire and what we can actually like play, like yeah, we have like dozens of songs at least. Right. And we just wrote like 3 within the last month. So yeah, we keep building it up.
Nice.
Yeah. We're going to record like another few within the next like 2 or 3 months. Lockdown permitting.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah. All right. So stay with us while we play some tunes. We're gonna talk over the tunes. Y'all two can chop it up a bit. Let me get this screen going on here. Screen here. Gotta switch it up. I'm right there. You know what I mean? Top screen. Hold on, I'm gonna check in with Ari. Ari's Art Corner. How you doing over there, girl? Good. How far you come along? Okay. All right. We're gonna play some music. So, building. We'll be back. All right. So, yeah, I'm gonna jump into. I'm gonna play some of my music, just to give you an idea of the musical creativity. Give you an idea, and I'll jump into the idea of you. See where we cross paths. But this is a Terrell Effect episode 219. We're here with Hot Apollo, King JD, and Aries Art Corner. Yeah.
Here we go. It's time to make it happen. Find your ship, grip the helm, be the captain. Time to navigate situations while you debate what they state. Will it
hardest
the
in
nation?
Starlight I'd heard in years.
Good thing I'm not a doctor. The block when he rock.
Yeah, I'm doing the vocals and
As he
but he was playing the drums,
infrastructure.
yes, hard,
Someone
and then his wife playing the drums.
no luck, bro.
Yeah.
I meditate to reach higher points. The block is the people's choice. For people,
All
for
the people that are trying to figure out where my
voice. Life I grip, force of voice. Words that pound as if my tongue was an horse like over eyes. Here we go, Now watch me change the flow. Discussion,
One of those ones was like, alright, cool.
Learn how to rock the show. Bottom the top, any spot when I go. Rock out.
Oh, it's just like a snippet of it?
Outdoors. Get ready for the truth and house exposed.
This one has some bop to it.
Hear that?
Gotta give them the intro so they can just, feel it for a bit and then just.
Get some property, wait. Get some gold and keep it properly, wait. Build on your property, wait. Maintain the property of your estate, wait. Should have called the song, wait. Those are things that appreciate when you purchase them. Instead of spending, go on Jordan. Just go buy stocks in Jordan and then be soaring. I'm roaring.
Yeah,
Similar to Griffin
I get it
Doran.
still.
Even though they want to label me a Slytherin, I'm not Snape. God rest the soul of Alan Rickman. Magical message from a man who's slick. And just like those Rickmen, mock it like madmen. Still on the ascent, praying the best happens. Heaven sent out actions within new factions. Present in every day we advent.
Got a little bit of this one kind of has a little bit of a rock vibe to it,
Policy,
but it's still like the guitar just makes it so metal.
protocol, teacher. Yada 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 blah blah blah. That's all I gotta say. Plus ha ha. Yada 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 blah blah blah. That's all I gotta say. Plus ha ha. Yada 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 blah blah blah. That's all I gotta say. Plus ha ha. Yada 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 blah blah blah. That's all I gotta say. Plus ha ha. Living my life to be the best, having fun while I'm seeing success. North, south, east, or west. I will contact any contact. Coast to coast.
No way, I got.
I seem to have increased my full force friction. Yada 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 blah blah blah. That's all I gotta say. Plus ha ha.
Bro, I went.
Yada 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 blah blah blah. That's all I gotta say. Plus ha ha. Yada 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 blah blah blah.
I went in,
That's all I gotta
bro.
say. Plus ha ha. Yada 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 blah blah blah. That's all I gotta say. Plus ha ha. Don't hunt what you can't kill. You can't kill what won't die. Knowledge based lyrical skills. Don't hunt what you can't kill. You can't kill what won't die. Knowledge based lyrical skills. Don't hunt what you can't kill. You can't kill what won't die. Knowledge based lyrical skills. Don't hunt what you can't kill. You can't kill what won't die. Knowledge based lyrical skills. Educated be unreal. Even when I get a raw deal, I bounce back higher still. Polaroid picture perfect. Profound phrases. Probably. Portrait of God every day, prayers working. Play activity greater for making an open price purchase. Wait, never mind that. That's out divine fact, divine action, distraction. Build up strength within faction. Seize the moment and own it. Pounce without retraction. Charge forward, retraction. Make sure you ask what for when they are taxing. No control of what they say. All you can control is your reaction. Keep holding control to your goals, knowing you must build from fractions. Yada, yada, yada. That's all I gotta say. Plus ha ha. Yada 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 blah blah blah. That's all I gotta say. Plus ha ha. Yada 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 blah blah blah. That's all I gotta say. Plus ha ha. Yada 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 blah blah blah. That's all I gotta say. Plus ha ha.
know where she's from. I think I just figured it out. You're listening to How to Follow.
Why do they go round? Where the beauty is found. Some things unsaid, they go to dust in their heads. Oh, one's got the dollars down. One is trying to aim and frown. One's got the dollars down. Where they led in the wandering tread. Oh, look at the tattered gowns. Little women, into the cries of precious stars. Little women.
Tell you, bro.
What has befallen back? Why she's so out of breath? What's become of her love? She's a tear-stained dove, caught between the stars and death. Legged is quietly drowned, her heart's wrong and crowned. She's a meteorite, her shines abysmal and bright, but she can't seem to make a sound. Little women, answer the cries of precious stars. Little women. By the treatment yards and the stations of the night, make everything alright. On the sunrise lips so the sleeping dawn, the cosmic tone is carrying on. Red hot October nights, red hot October nights, red hot October nights, red hot October nights. Electric wonder is the nature of the art. It's burning right up in the heat of the heart. Listen to the stars, they know how to sing. Come celebrate this red hot flame. Red hot October nights. Red hot October nights. Red hot October nights. Red hot October nights. Only like a pony, she's lonely and sad. She's only young and good, she flies like a drag. She's heard of, she wears a majesty gown. Wait for the shriek, she's afraid for the clown. Share their love, share their love. Oh, I can't take the shot, she's at a approach. Share their love. She's a soul to commit, watch out for her well. She moves in a thing, oh, her back's so rare. She's an Avalon night, Mr. and Tricks. A smuggler's heart on the east of the heads. Share their love. Share their love. Oh, a petty shot. She's a roach. Share their love. Woo. Wild is the wrist, quick is her hand, deep is her fist, but her arms are red. She's a quick kind of creature, she's a lady in a car, she's a river shine creature, and a fury to fly. Share their love. Share love, 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 love. Oh, a empty shot, she's a roach. Share their love.
Got a vibe here, bro. Definite vibe. Like I can see like Phoenix concert theater kind of thing. Like
Looking forward to it.
yeah, I can totally see this at the Phoenix concert theater. Vibing up, you know what I mean? Yeah. We're talking. You can probably throw this in a movie, put it in a video game.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Any number of things. Yeah.
The right people here.
I think that would be a good direction to go. Definitely. So, I see here, I see at the bottom of the list, you include the lyrics.
What? Oh, I do. Every word.
I see that you include the lyrics.
Yes.
That's a good look. What made you decide to do that?
Well, I started in poetry. Like words were my first like power, and I started like because I wanted to like do my poetry with like guitar. I thought like I want people to like be able to read along. If a lot of people like when I was like I got my first album when I was like 3 or 4, and the first thing I did was like look at the liner notes for all the lyrics, and like I know a lot of people are like that, so I thought I want to give this for them. I want like there to be a record of my words to see too, independent of the music.
That's dope. That's dope. So you did it for the people.
Yeah, and I did for myself.
Okay. All right. That's an interesting way to go about it.
Because I mean, I know that the words are an afterthought for some bands, but for us, they're an integral part of the whole experience. We got the music, we got the like visual experience, and we have the words. Like all of it goes together. All of it's very important.
Yeah, it is. It's all intricate still because like it does make sense that people might still want to go along with it, but they don't even realize they could. So that's a good look. I think it's one way to maintain the integrity of the traditional style of music making.
Yeah.
by including all those remnants of like the previous composition kind of thing. Like I do remember going through those tapes and opening them up and then reading all the books or all the lyrics and stuff like that.
So, I
So
mean, music hits people in a lot of different ways, you know? Like, I know, like, some people, like, I can listen to, like, the same song, like, that a friend of mine has listened to, and, like, she'll, like, really dial into, like, the, like, intricacies of the guitar work or something. Another person will, like, really get invested in the beats or the bass line. I'll be invested in, like, the way that vocals are delivered. And, like, everything, like, the same song can mean a lot of different things to different people. And some people, like, really, like, home in on the words, so they want to see that and feel every bit of that. So yeah, I think that every bit is important about that.
yeah, let's go. So still in so like I wouldn't call it technical difficulties, but I'm still in production not limbo, but there's so many different ways to put things together. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to make it work.
Yeah,
So
I know what you mean. Like
yeah,
this particular album was like the first thing we recorded, and it was at like a friend's home studio, and we didn't have a drummer at the time, which is why I had to drum for all these first 5 tracks.
okay,
Yeah, like every sort of production has its own hurdles to surmount. I know what you mean.
okay, all right. Well, you know what? For what it's worth, the drumming doesn't sound half bad.
Thanks. I can keep a beat at least.
You can keep a rhythm, get
Yeah.
a tune going. But yeah. Like this. Like this. I'm glad I add this to my add this to the that's this one. But you can use it for now, I guess. All right, so we are here still with Hot Apollo, and we are jamming. We're chopping it up. You know what I mean? We're bridging the gap. We're making an effort to maintain some sort of artistic and productive development in the midst of this pandemic, trying to keep ourselves relevant.
Yeah, finding our partners where we can.
Yep, definitely. So, geez, I gotta say, like, for me, I always ask artists what their goals are, like what one goal is for like the calendar year.
I'm not great at quantifying things like that, and like
Okay.
adhering them to like a kind of like timetable. But I mean, the first goal is obviously just to keep making art and like maintaining at least some position where I have the ability to do so. I mean, for this particular year, actually, I do want to record at least like 4 or 5 more songs. I'd say at the very least. I really want to play a bunch of shows. Whenever those start up again, like I really hope I can like play some approximation of a normal show where I don't have to be like in a separate room from the entire audience. Because I mean, I do like I like to interact with the audience, like like sometimes I'll like during a guitar solo, like I'll run out and like give the tambourine to like someone in the audience and like bring them up to do their thing, stuff like that. Yeah, you can't, but you can't do that right now. It's like really not the safest thing to do. So. When everyone has vaccinations and everything, I look forward to getting back to that. I don't know if we get that 2021 will see that, but I can hope. But yeah, recording. I mean, even in like the orange zone, I can do a bit of recording. So if we can get back there, out of the gray lockdown, recording seems feasible. But ultimately, I just want to extend the reach of Hot Apollo to the widest possible audience. I want to push out the glorious rock and roll of Hot Apollo into the furthest reaches of the universe and realms beyond. I want to be.
That's ambitious. That is very ambitious. And funny that you say realms beyond because the company mantra for North, Explores the North, we go there and beyond. So when you say beyond these realms, it's just like I can get with that because I'm already at that in that perspective where. Like I know I'm in Welland, but for me it's like Welland, Niagara region, Ontario, Canada. You know what I mean? Just start from within and then continue to grow until you spread there out. So I think your reach has at least grown to here, and my reach has at least grown to there. And for the people that you share this with, and the people that I'm going to share this with, they'll tune in, they'll see what's going on, and then we also have you on the Savage Circle. I think we got the ad right here.
We're going up for coffee. She's counting every bite. I'm dreaming up a movie and she's stealing every sign. She walked into my store just to ride a whole new car. She lets me crawl across the walls of the bucket through the heart.
All right, there you go. There you go. So
Sick teaser.
yeah. All right. So that is March 13th. So tune in. By the way, I'm like the entry point like we all have our own entry points to the Savage Circle. Don't let my current somewhat timid nature fool you. When we're at the table, we are completely different beasts. It's like we feed off of each other's energies and stuff. It's respectful candor with slight ribbing from time to time.
I feel that.
Yeah. So I want to say stay on your toes. Don't let us put you on your heels, because one of our hosts considers our guests victims because of the torment we put them through. It's gonna be dope though. I have to send a message to somebody right quick. I'm sorry. They say it's unprofessional, but I'm running like 2 businesses right now. So whenever someone says something to me, I kind of got to answer. It's really
That's all good.
all right,
Everyone
cool.
Aspects of life, it's all good.
Okay.
Ceremony.
Okay, so I also want to shout out Soulicious Pepper Sauce. Soulicious Pepper Sauce. It is a local company. I think it's brothers, I believe, who come from Trinidad, and they are working together to develop their flavorful endeavors. Basically, got two stages of hot. They got the regular hot, and then got the XX Inferno. I'm about to try it tonight, so yeah, we're gonna try it live tonight.
Nice.
On the Savage Circle. So tune in at 7 p.m. where we will go live again with our shenanigans and our antics. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. So we're gonna do that, and then I think my computer froze. Yeah, my computer froze. It's being a bag of douche. I don't know. Spreaker.com might be seeing the end of the Terrell Effect, which is unfortunate because I've been running it on there for the last 2 years and a quarter, 2.25 years. No, sorry, 4.25 years. Yeah. So, oh man. Oh, jeez. Okay, so I got to do a voiceover quick before I head out. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Oh man, got to figure out how to do that. I know how to do it, but I have so many different programs to work in. It's like, which program do I do it in?
Suppose your choice. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got to do that right quick. I'll just do a voiceover in Adobe Premiere and call it a day. Let's check in with Ari at her art corner and see what she's got going on. Hey, you got those look like pillars for the walls. Excellent. Good stuff. You're coming along quite well. You're welcome. What game you got playing? Pardon? Oh, okay. Cool. All right, have fun with that. We'll check back in with you in a bit. That's fun for me. I don't know why. Well, I guess when I started this, I started a little bit about my story. I started this on Spreaker.com. I didn't have a video component. It was just audio, and I was in my studio. And then someone suggested I go on Facebook Live, so I went on Facebook Live. When I was on Facebook Live, I saw Restream. So I looked into Restream, and I saw that it broadcasted through multiple platforms simultaneously. So I said, all right, let me go that way. And then since then, I mean, I've A, had more viewership, B, been able to do with the program. So I might have to just tell this one to stand down over here because it's not really doing what I need it to do. And I'm not sure if it's the computer or if it's just the program. So, either way, at this point in time, I'd like to invite you to ask any questions you might have of me.
If you could share a stage with like one band, what would it be?
Ooh, that is a very good one.
Come on.
I want to say the Roots, just because of just how legendary their composition. It would have to be the Roots. Yes, it would have to be the Roots. All right. Ask a few if you have them.
Do you remember like the first moment you got, or not necessarily the first, but like, do you remember any like big, like early formative experiences that made you want to perform?
Oh
like,
my God.
Yeah, like, the person, I need to get out there and like sing a song or whatever.
I have a couple of them. My aunt used to play saxophone.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever she played the saxophone, like I always felt like I was always warmed over. I don't know if it was the vibrations or the tones or what have you. So I was always interested in that. And then my grandfather owned a club, so I was kind of always in front of people all the time. Like it was like a social club. So like they had different shows, and for the family oriented shows, I'd be able to go there. And like I remember being like 2 years old and kind of carrying trays to people, like 4 years old or a young kid either way, and carrying trays and stuff. So there was that. But to perform, the first time, like it actually set as a solo performer, the first time it sunk into me was when I had coworkers come up to me and tell me that they remembered me freestyling from 4 days ago, and that I was so dope. They're surprised they didn't hear me before. What am I doing? When am I dropping my next song? Meanwhile, I had only just freestyled off the top of my head, but I've written poetry since I was 6 years old, and I'm 37 in July. So I have that formative capacity to just, and when people were coming up to me to just like shower me with that praise, I was just like, I'm going to do this. This is what I have to do. And like, you know, I've studied music theory since I was 8. So 29 years, basically. So yeah. And then I've just been able to develop that sense. So like even right now, like pre-COVID, I was on a 1.5-year performance streak where me, either by myself or with Zach Burry, I was performing like 2 to 8 times a month. And now to just like, I'm glad I have these podcasts because I don't know what I'd be doing right now if, you know what I mean? Like I have other endeavors, but like I have political advocacy that I do and all of that kind of stuff. But that's what I do for my conscience. This is what I do for my soul. You know what I mean? So I think that just the idea of performing came to me when it was recognized and has stayed with me through that recognition.
Yeah, I get that. Like the positive feedback, like further kindled the like embers that were already burning. Yeah.
Yes. That was such a poetic way to put it. That was such a poetic way to put it. Oh man. So yeah, there was that. But yeah. So
I gotta fly.
all right. You wanna hail up or say
Some goodbyes to my
yeah,
brother.
say goodbyes and then dip out, I guess. All right.
I'm gonna tell the guy.
Hold on.
What's his name again?
All right. So all right. Well, King JD has been summoned to his summoned to his endeavors. Yeah.
All right, my brother. I'll see ya. Hope you stay safe. And all is well, brother.
All right. Boom. That's King JD right there. You know what I mean? Yo, if anything, like tomorrow in the week, I'm around still.
Yeah, no, I'm coming back with J-Man.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Sunday. Not this Sunday. Next Sunday, we'll talk to Barry for filming a video. Yeah, man. All right. Cool. All right, fam. Bless up. All right. Be safe. All right. So I said be safe. I got Bixby turning on right here. Like I said, anything to it. All right. So we have some more. Yeah. Oh, shoot. You got the microphone, bro. The mic. You got the mic. You got to turn off the mic and pass it back. Hold on a second. I might have to run up and get that. Take over the show for a minute. Promote yourself.
All right, so James Buckman of the legendary Toronto rock and roll band Hot Apollo. You can find our music basically everywhere you can find music. If you don't have a lot of money to spend on music, I would recommend going to SoundCloud or hotapollo.bandcamp.com, where you can get all of our music for free streaming and download with optional donation. Otherwise, we're on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes. I don't even know, but all the music places. Just look for Hot Apollo, HOT space HPOLLO, Hot Apollo, and that's where we are. And when shows are a thing again, you'll find us there.
All right. You see, he can go on cue. That's what's up. I was like, yeah, take over the fourth show for a second. I gotta handle some production stuff. All right, so yeah, man, we're still live. I'm gonna jump into the music for a little bit more. Gwen Stacy.
Yes.
I remember you said that was one to look for, so I'm gonna play that now.
All right.
No, it doesn't naturally do that. I was just
Going out
playing.
for coffee, she's counting every bite. I'm dreaming of a movie and she's stealing every sign. She walked into my store just to ride a whole new car. She lets me crawl across the walls with a spectacular heart. Gwen Stacy! Gwen Stacy! Gwen Stacy! Gwen Stacy!
What are you gonna ask? Are you a Spider-Man fan?
Big time.
All right. That was the first thing I thought of when I saw the title. I'm like, they must like Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, all the comics, man. All the like weird fantastical stuff and all that.
That's dope. I'm actually playing Miles Morales right now.
Oh, nice. I've heard very good things.
Oh my goodness, it is insane.
Yeah,
Holy
man, there's no video game experience quite like swinging around New York. Like that is like they those games have always nailed that, if nothing else.
And the acrobatics.
Yeah.
acrobatics are like I remember one time I was like, okay, I'm just gonna play one level. 4 hours later,
Yep.
I think I finished like 30-40% in that period of time. I think I got a little bit of razor burn. That's a bit. That's real life, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Terrell Effect. It is episode 219. We just heard Gwen Stacy by Hot Apollo, and now we are going to play Gorgeous Desire by Jared Adams. All right. What we got going on here? So yeah, you're welcome to stay through while we play some more music, Joel.
Her and I, we wanna get away. The American dream just ain't for us. Desert roads, atomic gasoline, thrills, sex, and lust.
I don't know if you've heard of Tune Gang, but you're about to hear something by them. And these guys are like, I consider them to be like the Wu-Tang of Niagara region. Except they go beyond Niagara region.
Wild youth says our hearts and pulls us from the city. Small
apparently my Bixby and Cheerio are working excellently right now. Except I'm not trying to use them.
Gorgeous desire makes me invincible.
I have like 60. You have contributed to a library that includes about 70 gigabytes of independent artist music. Yes. So, welcome to the library. I'm gonna keep you in rotation, you know what I mean? I figured it out. I'm gonna have to play hip-hop 1 week, then like metal 1 week, and then like R&B another week, and then a mixture of everything the last week, because I just have so much music. Or I'm gonna have to start another podcast through the week.
Right.
Yeah, man. Game of Thrones?
I have, yeah.
Okay. It's really funny. I found a coat. Actually, no, I got a coat from a friend. And it has Game of Thrones on it. But I never watched the series. So I put that motherfucker inside out. It's warm. It's so warm. Oh my gosh, it's so warm. So I gotta shout them out. I just didn't want anybody to ask me about it because I didn't know enough about it to say anything.
I mean, I watched the show, but I still don't know enough about it to answer any questions. You know, like, you can ask me, like, I can name, like, I don't know, maybe 2 of the houses or whatever. Like, I watch it casually, you know? But there's some people who go deep on the lore and stuff. And I do that for some things, but I couldn't do it for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, no. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I don't like that. I'm not good at lying. I don't like it, and it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I have too much to be honest about. I don't know.
NW3 Production. NW3 Production.
I'm coming for my crown today. I'm coming for my crown today.
NW3 Production.
I just had to pull it back a little bit. I like this virtual DJ, this Newmark virtual DJ turntable. It is allowing me to do some massive things. Like this.
I'm coming for my crown today. I'm coming for my crown today. Better get from around my way. I've come for the I'm bound to stay. Better get from around my way. I'm coming for my crown today. Better get from around my way. I've come for the throne where I'm bound to stay. blowing clouds all day. Cause I'm coming for my coming for my crown today. Cause I'm coming for my crown today.
I was here the other day.
Which king I'm bound to slay? I
Gavin.
suggest you get up out my way.
I actually have a crowd kicking around.
Famos
So
got
they're just like,
spray. I command a lot, but there's lots I don't say. Which hand y'all brought today?
like
These niggas don't
I
know
go in.
that
Like, when I had
my
this one
way.
performance,
Red
I had to
dots
design
all
a cake
on
for
your
it.
face. I'm coming for the pills, but I don't play no games. Street boys back on the beat, swing bangs. So when we come in, then slide out, we swing. When we go, we go mod, we chew. Nigga, that's how we time. Coming from my crown today. Better get from around my way.
I get that. I understand the whole having to be over the top, having to be
Better get from
like,
around
there's something
my
more than
way.
your everyday.
Coming from my crown today. Better get from around my way. I've come for the throne where to stay. And I don't need a damn dragon, cause I breathe my own flame. 15 years rapping, I done played the slow game. Now my steed and attack 'em, cause they brought the whole gang. Know when we get to snapping, that the thrones are taken. My soul is ancient, pharaoh in the making. Find my exit out the matrix every time I feel complacent. Enter states of meditation till my brain is only vacant. Then I make my way to training for the battlefields I slay in. Make my way in like baby, let the games begin. I got myself a claymore, I aim for a giant's chin. On Orion when I'm slaying the Leviathan. My night's riding in on any place you hiding in. Cause I'm coming from my crown today. Smack Dre, better get love to the way. Big brain, but we get real stupid. Architect, we stick to the blueprint. Stand up, get back, go ludicrous. We ain't new to this, motherfucker, we back, go ludicrous. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. Love to the Bay. Yeah. Hey. Big brain, but we get real stupid. Big brain, but we get real stupid. Hey. Big brain, but we get real stupid. Architect, we stick to the blueprint. Stand up, get back, go ludicrous.
Right here.
We ain't new to this, motherfucker. We been on this.
Like hip hop rock stars.
What y'all thought? We been on this. What y'all thought? Motherfucker, we been on this. What y'all thought? Motherfucker, we been on this.
Likely.
What y'all thought?
Likely, if we were putting together a show, a high energy show, I'd be calling these guys up. You know what I mean?
Shawty wanted you, she took a
It's
half
like-
a sip.
There's like 5 groups that I specifically call on.
And we didn't.
And
It is what it is. Never
this would be
be
one
what
of
it
them.
isn't. Call
This
him
would be
Johnny
one of
B
them.
when he out of
AKB
prison.
from
Tell him we
MTV,
gon'
that would
beat
be
this
another one.
system.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, been
handful
seeing
of
this
other people
vision,
that I
but
wanted
lately
on
been
that
seeing
first
it
one
in higher
because I know they've
definition.
been
Activate the
successful.
work, got my
These
mind on
guys
a
right
mission.
here, they are
Practice
just
makes perfect progress by repetition.
high
Yeah,
energy.
dropping wisdom.
Can you hear that?
Listen,
Yeah.
I used to try to help him, now I'm minding my business. Yeah, now I'm looking like a canine piston because I got the leg up on my competition. We been on this, it's divine in the. What y'all thought? Motherfucker, we been on it. Can I get a witness? What y'all thought? Shawty wants it, she smoke a half a sip, bought a zip, she took a half of it. Shawty wanted you, she took a half a sip, slow sip, get crunk, get lit. We been on this, from the trenches where we couldn't even plan on this. Now I'm on the prowl, gang on shit. If you really want a problem, we can bang on bits. But why bang our blicks? Niggas wanna talk slick, posted with they pics. Boy, you hot as suck. Now the cops posted on the block. What the fuck? When that ass in the air, watch where she move. When the bands get thrown up, watch the way they twerk too. All my ladies get on the floor and show us how you move. Put us in the mood, get us in the groove. Ass in the air, watch where she move. When the bands get thrown up, watch the way they twerk too. When that ass in the air, watch where she move. When the bands get thrown up, watch the way they twerk too.
Yeah, I get into the music sometimes. I get a little into it.
Get us in the groove.
But I only have so much space where I'm standing. So, I
Yeah.
got glass behind me
Get
and
us
shit.
in the groove, like
It's terrible.
watch the way the shit. move, get us in the groove. Like working at that job, I watch the way she moves. Girl, contemplate my groove while I concentrate on you. No Balenciaga shoes, don't know if I can afford that. Excuse me while I wipe these 3 stripes in your doormat. Girl, show me where the dance floor is at. I used to show them where the coca at. Got high on my own supply a couple times and got over that. Now she know where the cobra's at. I fuck her up and down the cul-de-sac, then take her over to a winery and show her on a pallet with an Oprah's at. When that ass in the air, watch the way that she move. When the back get thrown up, watch the way that twerk too. All my ladies get on the floor and show us how you move. Put us in the mood, get us in the groove. Like move, move, move. Watch the way that she move, move. Get us in the groove. Like move, move, move. Watch the way that she move. Get us in the groove. Like thought I was done. This ain't even no hook G. Your girl on the floor while you look confused. Me, I'm going out and 9 to 5. 9 to 6 feet. 905, 905, 905, 905, 905. I'm from 905, 905. I'm from 905, 905, 905. Yeah. 905, 905. Yeah. 905. Yeah. Remix. I don't do the mediocre, I no longer see the point. If you make that noise around me, I roll up and spark a joint. While you talk like little girls and walk like little boys. Wish you blessings every day, it's your life you should enjoy. But I don't do the mediocre, I no longer see the point. If you make that noise around me, I roll up and spark a joint. Wish you blessings every day, it's your life you should enjoy. While you talk like little girls and walk like little boys, but I'm not one of you. Hey, I'm not one of you. Hey, that's why I'm running through you. I'm not one of you.
Also got new music from Neto Youth. You have to play that. You've been here live with Hot Apollo on yours truly, The Black. We are jamming right now, bridging the gap between Toronto and Niagara. The Toronto shiny rock scene mixing with the hip hop scene in Niagara. Yes, Niagara has a hip hop scene. You look at that. It's like I also liken us to the Atlanta of Toronto. It's like we that south that nobody really understood until we break out, and we're about to break out. There's a lot of people making some toys down here.
You don't have it, baby. Come back to me. Don't be dramatic, but I'm not an addict. Come here, sit down. Try not to panic. I'm a happy ICB tank. I'll never get caught in traffic. Just sticking the whip automatic. I lost so much love once I start to feel like money's on my head. I'm calling the bluff. I let you stay even though you crossed me twice. I'm sick of all of your lies. Cut off all of the loose ties. Double cross me, you won't get a reply. Double cross me and you gon' pay the price. Right in between both his eyes. My niggas don't play too nice. If it's a then we gonna score twice. On my piece of cues, I gotta get right. You said you living when you going. Your heart is in pieces and broken. Keep your head up and just focus. Got so much paper, I need more elastic. Money bent in my pocket like gymnastics. Still walking towards something you done had it. Baby, come back to me, don't be dramatic. Swear I done had it. Snakes in my grass on my hand for so slimy. That's cause they're everywhere, even beside me.
Yeah, what up, James?
Mama been said that it's
how you
all
doing?
about timing. My head full of rain, on my side be some lightning.
All right.
Oh.
Okay, where we at? We got some, the real poet. Back from OKC.
Niggas rapping on tracks, they strapped up with max. It's all an act, no cap. I won't relax and fall back. You ain't never did shit. You lying all on your hits. Quick, sucking dick for a flip. Bitch, you don't know worth or value. It is easy to see. I write and I read, see what we can be. Your favorite MC, he left it to me. Double H O and UCG. It's supposed to be made, places to be. Goals you can reach if we get through the speech. It's supposed to be made, places to meet. Goals you can reach if we get through the speech.
A couple more new tracks I'm gonna play. Yeah, we about to go. I gotta go set up for another podcast. Savage Circle, happening tonight. Alright. Tune into either Savage Circle on YouTube or the Block Online on Twitter or David Nostradel on Facebook or Smoking Noise on Facebook or the Boneyard on Facebook or the Savage Circle on Facebook or Smoking Noise on YouTube. I didn't say that already. Just got like that. Just type in Love Savage Circle. Look for Maple Leaf. Just flash like a claw mark through it.
Memory fucked, I might forget you. Some of these niggas be bustin'. Some of my niggas be hustlin'. When a nigga off that Jackie, yo, but a trick can't tell me nothing. Everybody saying that they love me, but with their actions show me something. But your bitch wanna tune into my feed. Money getting old like the shit blue cheese. Steady flipping through the loose leaf. Knocking niggas rotten like loose teeth. Hole in my soul like Jesus. Middle finger up to that white Jesus. You sucking up in my piece. Expecting these hoes on their knees when they greet us. Yeah.
Talking all that shit and you never did it. Never ever did it. Never ever done it. Never. You get props for nothing. Turn nothing to something. When I cost you coming. When I not they bustin'.
Ambition. This is at the parties involved in this conversation having. We don't know how to follow. Got a couple stacks we want to play before we close it down. What do you think of the music so far?
Pretty good, man. I'm liking the vibrations.
Ambition, flexing on them on a damn mission. Walking feeling like the man list. Watch me pull up in the van, yeah. Purpose watching neck and niggas and the guys fucking on the friends, yeah. Got a clock on while I'm finger fucking and she about to pop another 10. Yeah. Ambition, flexing on them on a damn mission. Walking feeling like the man list. Watch me pull up in the van, yeah. Popping perkin', watching neck and niggas and the guys fucking on the friends, yeah. Got a clock on while I'm finger fucking and she about to pop another 10. Yeah. Bitch fucking for the fame, yeah. I don't even know her name, yeah. Shorty rolling up another Zanny, damn it, I just help her ease the pain, yeah. Shorty love the phone man, yeah. Like to get high like a plane, yeah. I don't even want the kitty, I just want the nigga, nothing on the brain, yeah. I just pull up with a safe, yeah. 50 drumming like a bass, yeah. Houdini with the 300, watch me turn that bitch into a rave, yeah. Flexing on them like a rock, yeah. Bust a move on the block, yeah. Back and forth, I run around the ring and then I drop an elbow off the top, yeah. Mad raps, I ain't promoting them bad habits, yeah. I need to miss a miracle and give me that face like she ass backwards, yeah. Mad raps, I ain't promoting them bad habits, yeah. But how can I trust a bitch when all of these bitches be ass backwards, yeah. I'm with the brown water, one chicken I put in that crown order. My niggas is with it, that price right, and flashing that tech like a bike light. I make a call in this night. Niggas talking, bitches talking, they just talking, I just let them talk. I be grinding, they be hooting, they just holler, nigga, don't you let them walk. Don't think they know who I is. Red dot, blue dot, two shot, you like big. Take flight, 2, 3, runway, groupie hoes. 4, 5, 6, that's head crack, stupid though. Everybody talking like, yeah. Run up on them at the light, yeah. Hit him with it, got him all shaking like he did, he bopping at the fight, yeah. Everybody talking like, yeah. Run up on him at the light, yeah. Hit him with it, got him all shaking like he did, he bopping at the fight, yeah. Ambition, flexing on him on a damn mission. Walking feeling like the man list. Watch me pull up in the van, yeah. Purpose watching neck and niggas and the guys fucking on the friends, yeah. Got a clock on while I'm finger fucking and she about to pop another 10, yeah. Right on up. Right on up. Right on night, baby. Right on night, baby. Right on night. Right on night, my girl. Up all night.
Open up your make you wine, make a no.
Up in your wiggle, make you wine and wiggle. No hair, diggle, diggle, and no cat with no fiddle. Nothing way I diggle, make you reach the pinnacle. Hot pepper, pickle, cool, pretty titty nipple. She tell me, say she can't do no distance. She putting up no resistance. Neighbors attack in a response, but in your belly like 6 pounds. Baby, love it when you ride all night, hold tight on the bike all night. Love it when you ride all night, hold tight on the bike all night. Baby, she a move like a cyclist. Anyway, me then me have time for this. Love it when you ride all night, hold tight on the bike all night.
I respect that shit.
You are the girl, fling it up and give the girl. In the mosque and the church for the synagogue. You are no daddy, that are no funeral. Y'all me make you wetter than mineral. Me love how you wine and I climb on it. And I move like you have double giant on it. I grade Baba Roots tonic. Make you get couple use from it. Love it when you ride all night, hold tight on the bike all night. Love it when you ride all night, hold tight on the bike all night. Baby, she a move like a cyclist. Anyway, me then me have time for this. Love it when you ride all night, hold tight on the bike all night. Y'all buy me roots wine. I call me na damn swine. Them say me smart like Einstein and me sweet like pine. Y'all buy me roots wine. I call me na damn swine. Them say me smart like Einstein and me sweet like pine. So she want a song back. Let her you, me not drop me standard. Under me dinner me a slam that. Every girl I give me congrats. She say me have a song back, yeah. So she request a song back there. Girl, me love it when you run back way. Under me roots, why me a slam that, yeah. She say me have a song back here. So she request a song back there. Girl, me love it when you turn back way. Under me roots, why me a slam that, yeah. When roots wine make me call. Girl, you know that boy and a stall. Come a yard, get her engine overall. She run out of the bedroom, tear down the hall. Run from Waterhouse, go and go call. And I tell her friend, let her you do it too hard. She has a me chicken like me play 3 card. Me a rev the body like a under a card. Shabba ranks tell them woman can't done. Your man had no sense, can't give the boy bun. Me a give you rules wine and no street vibes one. We can do it on the bed or we can do it on ground. She say me have a song back here, yeah. So she request a song back there, yeah. Girl, me love it when you turn back way, yeah. Under me roots wine, me a slam that, yeah. She say me have a song back here. So she request a song back there. Girl, me love it when you turn back way. Under me roots wine, me a slam that, yeah. Switch me a tell salsa pavilla. Ramu make me strong like gorilla. Spirit in a sea, must in a me blender. Me dinner and make a man to surrender. Ragamuffin of me like a tender. Mix them like matter of gas and Brenda. Both of them that they put me agenda. In a church, but I me them a member say. She say me have a song back here, yeah. So she request a song back there, yeah. Girl, me love it when you turn back way. Under me roots wine, me a slam that, yeah. She say me have a song back here. So she request a song back there. Girl, me love it when you turn back way. Under me roots wine, me a slam that, yeah. When roots wine make nature call. Girl, you know that boy and a stall. Come a yard, get her engine overall. She put out of the bedroom, get down the hall.
Yesterday yearns for yesterday and beyond towards the yogurt's yoke. You'll find Yoda with the youth of yesteryears, yelling and yodeling to the Yodo Yachtmans, the yammer to the Yankees and yonder to the loves. Because you are used to yours to use and abuse the yesterdays. And yesterday you will yield the yellow fever and watch the yakety yak talk back, and you can be your own worst enemy in every yearbook in yellow pages. And open to the occult, be obliged to observe the oppression. Over and over and over again, the observations are over the oven. Occupy the oceans, as octopi and orange organisms oscillate on the oval and octaves. Obsidian, there's opals, and welcome to the opera. Open the oysters for obstacles and objects as they obey the others. And who opened the other side of the outer orbits and oddities with odes from the oracles? Listen to the Orcarina. The ozone is obedient to old Ben, or maybe they just mean old Obi-Wan Kenobi. Pizza, pizza, pizza pie. Pie is present of a 3.14 with purpose.
Yeah.
Filling pans of things which become poetry with practice. Puzzles and precise preachings lead to platitudes and precipices price of the prestigious postures. The pistol is pink, the pen is purple. The point in is pry and open the problems with the popular people, and please print on the pages of papers and propose to the petals of pansies and paragraphs that are in possession of pleasures to the polite pressures of pressing power into a pocket full of pennies. Pamphlets of peace, persons of pets. The pantheon is full of pictures and paintings. Panthers prowl and perch in the past and pounce in the present to find proper prey. Pray for the princess and the pea as they look for the prince and the pauper. Prancing with puppets in the photo lab of privilege, prepare the puppies and preoccupy the papayas.
Yeah, that was from Memoirs of Mustache, alliteration number 1. This is now called Cop Shop by the Block. Featuring Junior on an SSCG.
Sticky with the boogie at the cop. Sticky with the cookie at the cop shop. Sticky with the stitchy, how the cops talk. Stitchy with the flipping with the talk.
I have a problem with
Pluggy got me
club,
flipping up the chop.
Like, mosh
Pluggy got me
pits,
switching
like,
up the
I
plug
need to mosh
banging
at
out the
least
stitches
one
on
more
the third
time.
time. Pluggy got to lift and how the
I
cop
didn't
walk.
think, like, you know, when I had the option to mosh, it was like, yeah, I can.
Stop,
Whatever.
what you want,
But now that I can't,
getting
I
too
want to
faded
do
in
so
the
much
drop.
more.
Too litty, but I only drink coffee. What you want, bitch? Yeah, I got this. I've been on the block with the block, to be honest. Different from these little bitches, but you really got this.
Like a lion, get your top pop. Guns get exposed, make a drop top. Marijuana smelling like a grow up. Turn the off, there's a cop shop. The block on the opposite is stop. Not so many walk, how we talk. Two sides of the coin is dog. This falls on those who press about those who talk. I'm the type to bite my bark. Flyer than a duck or a lock. Many bodies have been laid in the chalk box. I aim to aspire, got the heart. Live apart near Dog Street or Park.
It's like, if I was performing, I probably wouldn't have done all that. Because, like, not all of that shit came out. Oh, man. That's what it is.
I'ma get on this like I'm in it, like I'm assembling a bunch of words to put together on paper and roll it up and smoke 100 herbs and them burning in my verbal words with them, get them high in the herbalists. Cops all around the king, that's we all singing and we living at a prophecy that they don't want to see, and so we obligated to these proclamations of our freedom. We don't want to type words that we mean and hate them. So sick of the hype, really speaking about the street fight, I'm hyper through the speakers. I should leave them licking, they girls be beaking. I find their mouths and insert my semen. Got God with me, can't be hurt by demons, plus a little bit of money ain't worth my feelings. You feel me? The goddamn truth.
Okay, I'm gonna play 2 more tracks. This one is me. Story to tell. Next one's the block is back.
Figured investor come out too strong, Roderick overloaded. Called it 2-prong oolong, bringing the rest of what's right. Bronx singing the chapter of the night. Y'all wanna hear most of what's said on the mic. Gone on those who throw shade in sight. Prolonged exposure to the ill will is something that can break down your skill. Transforms a new form of thorn that which gets you through the battle as it rages on. Add more to your catalog. Set the stage for your swan song. Make heads rattle on beat to your tune. Snake feds wanna stop your flow. Chameleons blending into legion. Don't tell them move along, be that pro. Evolutionary biology, watch me grow. I do it like I do it and I'm doing it well. Everybody knows that I got a story to tell. When the show pops off, we gon' rock the bells. Anyone who wasn't down with that, oh well. I do it like I do it. And I'm doing it well. Everybody knows that when the show pops off, we gon' rock the bells. Anyone who wasn't down with that, oh well. See, I got choices, options, agendas. No time to intricate odds or pretenders. Body beats, adventures, on and on I could go. So you boy, here's my opinion while I'm building my dominion. If you come around acting like hell's bending, you'll be the Titanic ship. Drinking rum and Red Bull. I feel successful. I got my head full. No, I'm not playing around. I'm about to lay the hook down. Any province of town, I was strong like a crown. To do like wow, power up. I do it like I do it, and I'm doing it well. Everybody knows that I got a story to tell. When the show pops off, we gon' rock the bells. Anyone who wasn't with that, oh well. I do it like I do it, and I'm doing it well. Everybody knows that I got a story to tell. When the show pops off, we gon' rock the bells. Anyone who wasn't down with that, oh well. Potential erratic, so I made it kinetic. Let's go. Some call me pathetic. I said it, it's almost prophetic. Making it happen to more than rapping myself to get it. The moment morning kisses the sky, my eyes fly. I get the step up for me, missing. Not shy, twice time in the cheek. I get dizzy easy if you catch my speak. I'm not too street, I'm more a geek. But you probably never guessed that at 6'3". You get 316 when my breath release. Aspire with the 10 to return and teach. Who am I to preach what I practice while I act this way? Politicking while spitting this wordplay. Outer space, alien trace ahead light years. A keg of whiskey to the face, most light years. I do it like I do it, and I'm doing it well. Everybody knows that I got a story to tell. When the show pops off, we gon' rock the bells. Anyone who wasn't down with that, oh well. I do it like I do it, and I'm doing it well. Everybody knows that I got a story to tell. When the show pops off, we gon' rock the bells. Anyone who wasn't down with that, oh well.
Produced by the base special. This is just one low. This is a smooth way to mellow it out. You know what I mean? We started them all hype, all intense. We got them, you know what I mean, with some Hot Apollo. So we had some Death House on here. You know what I mean? Reviving.
This is the wisdom, the passage given taken. Feeling he can
I
raise
want
his
to thank you for taking the time to come on the show.
homes of him with you
I
forgot.
appreciate
While they
you.
struck
Yeah,
at the bottom,
look forward
I'll be
to working
reaching
with
for
you
the
in the
top.
near
And when I
future.
pull up at the building,
We
they
gotta
be
do what we
screaming for the
can
spot. If it's
to
something
help
I'm revealing,
stop
it's
the
me. It
spread.
don't stop, I repeat.
So
It don't
that means
stop, we
educating
release
people
the
from our households so they want to stay home and watch us online.
Don't stop, this is how it goes.
Maybe we can
Grown
like a
ass
live show
kid
or
driving
something.
around the globe.
I don't know.
It's my first time here, but
I don't know.
feel
Maybe
at
we'll
home.
organize
Truth be
something
told, yo, they
that
still
we can
sleeping on the
definitely
floor.
keep people
Coming
connected
in
on.
with
So
the I don't even really
you
know.
saw how I
If
jumped
I
between
shoot
the
my shot,
screens,
hope
right?
that I'm
So we
gonna
can
slow
do
the
that
go.
with a couple of
Even though
different
this
bands.
life can't be as
And
slow
then
as
make
snow.
something that can
Some
happen.
might call them
Yeah.
overly emotional,
So,
but what in the world do
let's
you
talk,
think we
let's
have
talk.
emotion for? Every time we go,
This is called Nothing on Me. I remember this
think
song.
they know
Oh,
about,
shit.
think they know about something, but they ain't know about nothing, no. Every time we go out,
This is Zach Bird right here.
they think they know
Zach
about,
is H-C-U-R-Y. Look him up.
but they ain't know about
Look him up.
nothing.
Look up the Blocking Zach Bird. Similar differences. We just dropped that album Halloween Past. We have a release, a hard copy release scheduled for when this pandemic lifts up. I think it's gonna be like the first 45 people are gonna be able to buy this, 25 to 45 people are gonna be able to buy the CDs and the CDs or merchandise. We'll get them
I came from the place where they say the game's done.
So,
Till I'm old with a game, I'm a bang tracks done. Round one, let's see who's gonna come and son. Because I'm the one who run while on the run. Pick of the litter, that's what's making us bitter. The things I do, maybe star like I glitter. I got big boots to fill, you better bitter. Did you know
I'm such a different person behind the microphone. I realize this.
Oh man. You know when this man go, we suspect the act too fruity, you can't go. No respect for that, stay true, you can't go. All I bellow, they want me, talk below. A specialist do keep Zach Furry inside. He's infectious, no way, but us about to try.
Every time we go out, all the haters think they know about. Think they know about something, but they ain't know about nothing. No. Every time we go out, all the haters think they know about. Think they know about something, but they ain't know about nothing.
Right. Is there anybody you want to shout out before we close this down?
Yeah, well, I mentioned to you that I was going to put you in touch with FX May Vary. And the singer just got back to me and said she'd love to talk with you. So hopefully they'll be your guest in future.
Honestly, I have an availability as soon as March 20th.
All right. I gave your contact information or your Facebook thing. I'll give you hers too.
All right. Honestly, you rock in so many different ways. Appreciate it. Yeah, so FX may vary. We're gonna look to book them as soon as possible. We've been here with Hot Apollo. We're vibing. We're on so many different platforms. I'm gonna stop naming them all because there's too many right now. I gotta shout out the Savage Circle. I gotta shout out the Boneyard. I gotta shout out Sofa City Sounds. I gotta shout out DUI. I gotta shout out the Wifeager. I gotta shout out the daughter, family, everybody who's watching this, anybody who's put a positive word in my direction, anybody who believes in what they're doing. You make my job easier because it's less convincing that I have to do of you. You know what I mean? For Hot Apollo and King JD, Ariana, it's yours truly, DABLOCK, the blog with the talk, bringing you that culture shock. As we expose the North, we go there and beyond. We out.